What's up, man? I hope you having a great day. It's really sunny. I'm leaving Oklahoma City right now, headed back to Wichita. And if I wasn't going so fast on the highway, I rolled my windows down. I got my short sleeve shirt on. Whew. Man, you boys out here living fast and free. It's warm in Oklahoma. God, man. See the guy sweating. And all these businesses ain't got no employees. Jesus Christ. Popeyes had a guy with crutches in there cooking chicken. Crutches, like with the rubber bottoms. So you imagine that floor in there. My man was zoop, 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 zoop. I'm like, is it that hard out here? Go to work, people. Go to work, man. Hey, Popeyes had a guy that was crippled up in there trying to fry chicken, man, with a crutch. Slipping on the greasy floor, man. It was crazy. He was breaking so many violations, but I mean, they had no people in this, I guess, but still gotta make some money somewhere, man. But that was pretty funny. Oh, it's real funny, man. Oh, man, but today, man, I'm riding back to Wichita. I want to talk about this, man. I feel like in life, the things that we want, usually, if it's a big dream, it's going to require you to be something different than you are at that time. Like, you have this big dream and that you want to be this person that does all these amazing things, but right now, it's not really working for you because you're not that person that would have that big dream, you know? Like, you missing some things, right? You missing some knowledge, some determination, some focus, some organization. You missing something in your life right now is the reason why you can't achieve your desired self or your dream self and your goals, right? You missing something, right? At this point, you're not the person that would deserve those things yet, but you have to work on them over time, right? And I feel like when you start thinking about, when I start thinking about what I want and what I want to become, like, in my mind, it seems like it's so many different things, right? It's not just one thing you have to do better, to do better to get to that point. You have to do a lot of things better. Like, in my mind, I feel like you have to grow as a complete person. Everything got to come together on a consistent basis to grow you into that next person, you know? Like, does all these amazing things, right? And I feel like a lot of people, and myself, but I'm working on it. I feel like I try my best to do one or two things, and all the other things that don't really pertain to that, or as far as like chasing my dream, in my mind, I like settle in those areas. Like, I don't do much work in them areas, you know, because I'm like, that don't really matter for what I want to do, you know. But I'm starting to really see that, like, settling in areas that don't directly pertain to your goals is a major setback. It's a major setback because those things that are not directly connected to your goal, but they are directly connected to how you perform on a day-to-day basis. So what I'm saying is this, like, when you settle and say that you working real hard, you talk, like say you want to be a public speaker and you just want to talk and all this stuff, you just practicing talking this and that, right? But at the same time, you wasn't really exercising, you know? Like, you're not exercising, you're not keeping your body healthy, you're just working about how you sound and your words and things like that, you know? But say you practice for 2-3 years and then your health start going away, you know? And then you can't, then it's not about, you know you can talk, but you can't physically get to these places to talk, you know? Like, so, I don't know how, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, say you wanted to be a public speaker and you got really good on working on the way the words sounded, that came out your mouth and your thought process, and you put it together so amazingly, but your body's in extremely poor health. So you got a gig and it's at you finna go speak to all these students and they say, cool, it's on the 3rd floor, you know what I'm saying? Elevator out. You like, cool, right? About to go up here and get this money, right? You get to the stairs, you get to the third level, and you about to die. You know what I'm saying? You got to go straight on stage. You feel me? And do your speech. You got it all wrote down. You sound super professional, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as you get there, you sweat. Your heart is pounding. You know what I'm saying? Your bowels is all flipping around because your body wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't directly connected, but I promise you, when you get there to do that, everything that you had as a plan is gonna go out the window. Why? Because you're not gonna feel confident at that point. You know, because you're already tired. You're tired. You're beat down. You never practice in the. You never practice speaking in this kind of environment. You went at home doing stress tests. You know what I'm saying? You were just practicing how the words was coming out your mouth. But now here you was, your body was down. You know what I'm saying? Because you walk up the stairs and you're tired and you're all flipped out. And now when you get there, your confidence ain't there. So I hope you understand what I'm saying about like selling in some areas and like really pushing other areas. But all the areas matter, right? And the part about selling, what I want to talk about, I just went to that story, golly, but the thing about selling is this, man. Like, the selling is basically anything that's settling, just in general, means sitting at the bottom. You know, like if you drop some dirt in water, at some point when it's all settled, all that dirt is gonna fall onto the bottom. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna just fall and sit at the bottom. It's gonna be just settle at the bottom. So a man was saying this. He said, whenever we settle, per se, we sitting in that area of our life, we sitting at the bottom. You know, like that's the lowest we'll let ourselves go to. You know what I'm saying? So we're not doing nothing about that area in our life. We just that area is okay sitting at the bottom. You know, sitting at the bottom of what a person will withstand. And I'm like, man, in my life, I feel like a few areas I'm letting sit at the bottom, and I don't want to let nothing in my life sit at the bottom. I don't want to have any part of my life just sitting at the bottom. You know, I feel like if I'm gonna be this man that deserves all these things that I want, I have to be on top. You know, like all areas of my life have to be in tip-top shape. My mind, body. When I think about soul, I think about my family and things like that. But mind, body, my relationships, and my business. You know, everything has to be in tip-top shape if I'm gonna be able to get these things that I want. You know, and I always be talking about this, but settling in relationships, that's the worst, man. It's the worst. It's like a curtain that goes over your head, and you no longer can see anything. You know, like, because since everybody is there, you know, this is what it is. I feel like this is what it is. This would be I think this is a good analogy. When you have relationships that close you off from the rest of the world, it's like putting yourself in a house, closing all the blinds, putting these big room darkening windows, these big curtains up, and y'all talking about what's happening outside the world, right? All the friends that you keep around you, you're all talking in this group, right? Saying this is happening outside, this is happening outside. Y'all laughing, having a good time, you know, and nobody's looking outside. Like nobody knows what's happening on in the world, you know? And years and years and years go by, right? And y'all talking, y'all having a good time, y'all laughing and fighting and joking, and you know, and life seems complete. You know, food is there, water is there, everything seems complete. But the moment you open the window and look outside, everything that was once there is no longer there, you know? No longer there. Because y'all haven't been paying attention to what's going on. Because all those people in there, they was okay settling with what was in the house. Right? So when you look outside, it ain't even a neighborhood no more. It's a highway in front of their house. It's two big old construction buildings next to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's discombobulating to the mind. For you to go out there and look like, wow, how the hell that shit happen? You know? But because you were so close-minded, because you felt like you had everything inside. Right? Everything that you wanted and you needed was in the house, so you had no reason to look outside. And then when you do look outside, it's like, how the hell did this happen? You know, how did these things grow? You You wasn't paying attention because you had no new information. You were just okay with what you had, you know. And I mean, some people that's fine. Me, no. That's what I mean when I say settling in your relationships. Having the same people around you from zero to birth, you know. So most time people ain't gonna change, you know, and they don't like to change. And wherever they sit, they gonna just stay there, you know, like nobody's growing, you know, nobody's growing, but that's okay because y'all all together, you know, y'all friends, y'all laughing, joking, y'all eating and drinking, you know, everything is good, right? But if you don't introduce that new relationships into your life, you'll never see what's going on outside, right? And these people walk outside and they're like, well, what the hell, you know, shoot, it's time to die. And you've done absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You know, like, y'all had some good memories, but as far as leaving legacy and things like that, it ain't happening. It happened because you was settling, you know. You was okay with just what you had. And I don't plan on doing that at all. You know, I need some new people around me. But I hope you understand that. I just made that up just now. I thought that was pretty good. Because I like to keep my eyes open on what's happening around here. You know? Looking around, meeting new people so you can figure things out. Because just because I can't do it right now, it don't mean I can't do it a little bit later. I just don't have the knowledge right now. Right? But yeah, man, selling is crazy, man. Like,
all the areas in your life where you're settling, you're holding yourself back from reaching your dreams. And I think if you think about it like that, it'd be easier for you to start to address things in your life. Like, man, just know that if you're not really working on it, you okay sitting at the bottom. That means your mind on you made a decision that in my life, right here, right now, I don't want to do this because I'm okay with this part of my life sitting at the bottom, the bare minimum. I'm gonna keep it right here because that's all I want to do is the bare minimum. Yep. Think about it like that. You probably get some motivation. If you believe what I said is true, do that. If you believe what I said is true, next time you start letting stuff go, you're like, I ain't got time for that. Just know that means you are committing to, or you are okay being at the bottom in that part of your life. It don't mean that much to you. You are okay being at the bottom. But remember that guy, the public speaker, practicing public speaking with the bad knees and the big stomach. He sound good in a church, but not up the stairs. Not up the stairs. It ain't gonna always be. Most times in life, you gotta you gotta go up the stairs, man. You always have to go up the stairs. I'm telling you, it ain't a lot of elevators right here, man. It really ain't. You get some good relationships, but even then, the stairs making those good relationships. When you got some good relationships, you can find them elevators. You feel me? You go straight up to the top if you good at making relationships, right? But if not, life gonna always be the stairs, man. It's always the stairs. Don't even look for the escalator, because I promise you, if you get on an escalator in this life, it ain't going up. It's definitely going down. You just don't notice it yet. It's gonna go very slow, and it's probably going down. It's tilting down just a little bit at a time, but it's going down. Especially if it's free to get on. I almost promise you, it's going down. Every escalator I know is going down in life. So don't get on escalators, man. It ain't never easy. Nothing in this life is easy. It's always the stairs, man. But no settling, man. That's all I want to say today. No settling. If you figure some stuff out that you settling in your life, start thinking about it. We're not sitting at the bottom of life, right, in that section of life. You know, we not okay. I'm not okay sitting at the bottom, and you shouldn't be either. Let's get moving. All right, man, that's the podcast. That's all I got. I'm about to make me a drink and read me a book. Man, I hope you have a great day.
is James in the car. No radio, man. Thinking about my life, man. Trying to grow for myself first, and then my family, man. All right, y'all, peace.